Should we sing them into our...
Yeah, we totally should.
What should we sing?
I don't know, like a Daniel Caesar song or like...
Sorry, I have a really funny anecdote about Daniel
Okay.
Caesar. I think we forget that sometimes his shit is sad. Like
His songs,
me
yeah.
and Zoe were at a house show and we were like, yo, can we get aux?
Give us aux.
Ruhi was
us
like,
aux
what are y'all about to play?
right
We
now.
were like, some Daniel Caesar. She was like, you guys are
She was
gonna
like,
have
team.
She was like, you can't play that if you're
She
gonna
was
make
like-
everyone depressed.
She was like,
We're
team
like,
lock in. Like, that's
true.
not what the people want to hear right now. We were like, okay, that's just what we wanted to hear right now,
Yeah.
but that's fine. Why don't we just do a little riff?
Okay.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
To hostels in Hawaii
Hostels in Hawaii.
with Zoe.
In Kavya. I liked that, but I'm still going to do my normal intro because we have to, you know what I mean? Okay, welcome back to Hostels in Hawaii. My name is Zoe Cashin, and I'm here with a very special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Kavya.
Hey, Kavya's back. So she has been on the podcast before, so you guys know her, you love her. She's back. We did a podcast actually in Virginia, where we're both from, and it was actually iconic because the podcast that we did was the first time that we ever saw each other in Virginia, because we didn't grow up together in Virginia. We just both happened to grow up there, and then both happened to come to school in California, and then happened to meet each other here, and we're like,
Yo.
real recognizes real. What up, East Coast? And so then when we were back in Virginia, Kavya texted me and was like, hey, are you in Virginia? And it was so funny because I remember, like, obviously I had the context that you were from there, but like it was so foreign, the concept of seeing someone from college back in Virginia. But like when you texted me that, I was like, yeah, why? Like, what do you want to know about it? Like, and then you were like, oh, I'm here too. And I was like, wait, oh my god,
that's so
duh,
funny.
like you're also here. So we did a podcast in Virginia, and it was Kavya came and saw my childhood home, and that was really sweet. And I remember that episode, like we got real deep, and we talked about like a bunch of. I just feel like it was one of those conversations where afterwards you're like, whoa.
I
Like,
honestly don't even know what we talked about.
I couldn't tell you the specifics. I just know the feeling I felt after we recorded that. And you know when like everything makes sense and simultaneously nothing makes sense at all? It was like that.
Yeah. What also was so interesting was technically this was like two years ago now.
Yeah.
About to be 2 years ago.
Oh my god.
But me and Zoe didn't know each other that well.
Yeah, we
like
didn't.
this was one of our first times like actually just one-on-one hanging
Yeah.
out. And we just got straight into it.
Yeah, which I love that. Well, I just felt like a kinship right away. Like I was like, we
Aw.
both, you know what I mean? Because I was
So
like,
cute.
we both grew up here. We both are in school out here together, and just like an energy thing. Like I always felt really like comfortable with you because also I barely knew you when we first met, and I was like, yeah, like come to my birthday. I had known you for
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
I'd known you for like 2
Yeah.
weeks.
No,
like,
well,
and,
I
like
met
barely.
you
I'd met
once,
you like
probably,
multiple
I think.
times. No, I think we had like hung out a couple times, and I was like, yeah, dude, like you should come. Like that would be fun.
Mhm.
And then Kavya had an allergic reaction at my birthday.
Yeah, no, it was great. This was actually the first time this has ever happened. When I was a kid, I used to be allergic to eggs. And then I just one day decided that I wasn't allergic to eggs anymore. So I stopped being allergic.
You decided. You said,
And
yeah, I'm done.
So for like 2-3 years, I stopped being allergic. And then one day, I pull up to Zoe's birthday, like one of the first things
It was
she's
my
invited me
21st
to.
birthday.
And our friend Marissa had made her these like cheesecakes.
Oh, they were so
and I was like,
good.
that
Oh
looks
my
bust.
god.
They're like these mini cheesecakes. So
And
I
they were,
ate one. And so this whole party is going on. And all of a sudden, my eyes get itchy. And I'm like, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Something's up. Something
up.
ain't right
And
here.
I truly, genuinely thought that I was allergic to parties and that I'm allergic to people. So I went
There's
home
no
and I was
way.
like, I went home and as I'm going, no, actually, my eyes start to swell up at Zoe's, but everyone's like, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, guys, look at my fucking eyes. Like, they're
Look at my shit,
swollen.
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no, nothing's wrong with you. And I was like, I don't know. I need to go home. So I go home and I go back to my roommates and they're like, holy balls. And
I
was
also
like,
remember you came up to me. I'm like drunk as hell. It's my 21st birthday. And like I could see like the beginnings of this like reaction coming to your face. And you just looked at me, you're like, so sorry, I have to go. And like you basically just like pointed at your face. I was like, don't even worry about it. Like I'm drunk. I'm like, I hope you're okay. Like I felt bad.
yeah.
But you were so sweet and like
No,
came
it
and
was
said bye to
totally
me and
chill.
stuff.
It was so funny. It was a really funny moment because my eyes were the
It was
size of
funny.
baseballs, like both eyes individually. And yeah, I mean, this happens like every couple months. It always happens at birthdays.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
funnier if we like didn't like stay in touch after that. Like,
your last interaction was this
yeah.
girl being like, yo.
And I was like, damn, remember that really cool girl that I met and she taught me yoga and then she just like pulled up to my birthday and got that allergic reaction and then never saw her again? Like, that would be maybe fun. Well, no, it's probably funnier that we're like still good friends now, but that was like one of our first, like, I don't know, impressions of each other, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that on the last podcast, first impressions.
I don't think we did. Did we?
I think we did.
Oh, we might have.
I feel like we must have. But if we didn't, then should we talk about it now?
Our first impressions. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, we already said it, but we're like, we're gonna say it one more time. Maybe it's changed. Maybe our like subconscious.
Yeah, no, I'll go first.
Changed.
I was like scared of you.
That's crazy.
But it wasn't that I was like, I was just like, damn, she's too cool for me. Like,
yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I was just like, wow, she's so chill. Like, this is crazy. Like, I wonder if we're gonna get along.
Aw, and then we did.
And we did.
No, I thought you were so peaceful. I was like, oh my god, this
so
girl has
nice.
such like a peaceful like presence about her, and like, I mean, the Turtle Pond is like where everyone slacklines and where all the hippie yoga chillers hang out, and so I feel like that energy was like already very welcomed there. But then I just remember like Kavya was there, and I was like, yeah, she has like an even more like special, just kind of like energy about her, where you can just tell she's very like confident in herself. And then you were like, oh yeah, can I teach you yoga? And I was like, I'm so down. And then we did it together and it was so relaxing and so nice. And then I hurt my back. Do you remember that?
I do.
And you were
and
so
I felt bad because I was like, dang. Like,
you were like, oh, my bad. Like, I led you astray, girl.
Pushed you a little too hard.
And I was like, honestly, I think it was a user error. Like, I don't think it was your fault. Like, I think it was me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we were doing like back rolls or something. I think I was like having a little bit too much fun.
Back rolls?
Like, we were like rolling, you know, when you like roll up onto your back.
Oh, I think we like a little candlestick after.
Yeah, is that what
Shoulder
it's called?
stand. Shoulder stand.
Shoulder stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a back roll. Well, it's okay. I liked it. I was having fun with it, and I think we should do yoga again at the Turtle Pond.
Yeah, we totally should.
Yeah, let's do it soon. But what do you want to get into? What do you want to talk about? First order of business.
I think our first order of business should be, okay, basically we're college students, but we're about to not be college students.
So we graduate in about a month and a half, I want to say. And I feel like we're just in like this like weird limbo right now in life where we're like anticipating this big change and I'm really excited about it, but I also have no idea what's coming next for me. Like I have no idea. I keep saying I have no idea. I have lots of ideas and things that I'm like interested in and things I want to work towards, but I don't know what that's going to look like for me just yet. And I don't know. I just don't think I have like a clear path. Like I know some people that are like, I'm moving to the city, I'm working this job, and that's what I'm doing. And I feel like I want to go live in a bunch of different places and work a bunch of different jobs and just try a lot of things and just kind of like expand my world. And like I just don't see my path being like super clear. Like I feel like it's gonna like be a lot of this. So I think at this stage of life, it's like hard to think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like what and how to prepare yourself for that. I don't think is there any way to like prepare yourself, or you just kind of fall headfirst into it.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like with people like you and me, school has always just been like a secondary thing anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like our transition is going to be a lot simpler, especially like, I don't know, I feel like something about going to school in like California or San Diego, especially where we are, all of our lives are so full outside of like academics and coursework and stuff like that. So I think the hardest part for most people is literally just like, what am I going to do for work? Like, I think that's the hardest part about transitioning out of college.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I feel like certain places like draw in certain people. So I feel like somewhere like here, like Southern California, draws in people who are like very creative in their lifestyles and like know where they want to stay or like know how they want to travel. So it's not like, oh shit, like where am I going to live? Like the middle of Kentucky? Like, I feel like most people want to continue to travel or stay somewhere in California or do something cool. It's just a matter of, do I get a normal job or do I do something else? Yeah.
Or like what's the best way to even start working towards what I would want to do in my career? Because I also feel like you and I, we're both like very creative people, and I feel like we both want to like have an element of creativity in our work. But I think that leaves so much openness to like what does that actually look like, because creativity comes in so many different shapes and sizes. So it's like figuring out where you're going to fit yourself in there. And there's so many people that are creative in so many different ways. They're all also trying to do something creative in a creative endeavor, but it's like that the uniqueness. Like, I don't know, there's just so much uniqueness, I think, in like what we maybe are both trying to accomplish. But I don't know, what do you like, what's your like dream scenario? Like if you could perfectly create your dream scenario for what your post-grad life would look like, and you don't really have to have like a time stamp on it. Like it could just be maybe you get there in 10 years, maybe you get there in 2. But like what's overall the dream?
I was actually just thinking about this. I really want to travel to different countries and study medicine. So I want to study medicine in Bali, India, like different parts of Asia, South America. Like I think it would be so cool to dedicate like 4 years to that. I mean, it doesn't have to be 4 years. I haven't done my research on different like programs, but I was thinking it'd be so cool to just like travel and lock in and do that. And I don't know, I'm not really worried about money. Like I feel like that's just something I'd figure out. And
that's a good dream though.
Yeah, but after that, I'd love to like put that knowledge to use into work somehow. Yeah, but one of my life goals is to give a TED Talk.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that would be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah, so one day you'll see me on that stage.
Doing a TED Talk.
Doing a TED Talk.
Yeah, doing a TED Talk. What would you want your TED Talk to be about? Do you know? It would probably change throughout the years.
It would definitely change, but it would have to do something about like the pursuit of happiness.
Okay, yeah.
Like somewhere in that realm.
Yeah. I think if I were to, I think what TED Talk you give at different points in your life would change. Like I think, but the first thing I thought of is a TED Talk about why storytelling is so important to human connection. That would be, I think, mine.
That makes so much sense for you.
Wait, also make sure you're talking.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
we're having a close personal conversation right now.
I know. No, this is what happens because it starts to feel like just a normal conversation.
Zoe will walk. Me and our friend yesterday, we were just chilling at my house, and I was talking to Courtney earlier. I was like, I wonder if Zoe's gonna come. And we were like, she's probably just gonna like take her time, like start telling stories. She walks in the door immediately is just like, y'all. So basically, I was in the stairs, and this dude like came downstairs, and I was like, oh, I thought you were Kavya. She goes on into this whole story. Like Zoe is a storyteller, and I've never met anyone who can literally captivates like everybody in a room's attention. Like,
oh, thank you.
Just telling a fucking story. Like it's so simple too, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Thanks. That's also what I like am striving for. Like I know my overarching goal. I know I want to be doing stuff in creative fields after I graduate, but like the overarching thing I want to be doing is storytelling. And I am happy for that to come in all sort of shapes and sizes. Like I feel like I've like played with a lot of different like storytelling mediums, and like podcasting is one of my favorite ones, honestly. But yeah, I want to be doing something in the storytelling realm because that's just how I like naturally exist. Like I connect people through storytelling. That's like when I feel most myself, when I feel most connected to myself and to others. Like I just feel like it's like such a beautiful way to exist in the world, is like sharing stories with people. And that's like what our whole lives are, is like experiencing stories and then sharing them with other people. Like that's how I view the world, is like through stories. So I want to do something in that. And so I think if I had to give a TED Talk, it would have to be something about that.
That would be such a fire TED Talk.
Would be so good. I want to hear your TED Talk too. I can totally, like I can like picture Kavya like on the TED Talk stage, like doing her thing. Like I could see it.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I just don't think I've experienced life enough for me to get up on a stage and talk to people and like persuade people. I mean, I could persuade people if I wanted to, but there's nothing I'm passionate about enough yet to be like, if I have one chance to give a TED Talk, this is what I'm going to give it on.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's still so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come in time.
But it's a cool thing to think about. If you had to give a TED Talk now, like, what would be what you're preaching to the people? You know, like, what would be what you want the people to know? And it's okay if the mindset's like, and I know I'm giving this TED Talk now and I'm not, like, fully even ready to be giving this TED Talk to people, but if you had to.
I know. My belief is that some of the most intelligent people in this world are also the most depressed people in the world. Because for you to experience such low levels of depression, anxiety, whatever you're experiencing, you have to have gone through so many different layers of your own mind, thoughts, feelings. And even if you're not able to process those feelings and understand what they are for what they are, you still experience them. So you still have them in your back pocket. Compared to just living at peace your entire life and you're just in this one little bubble of like, oh, here I am and like I'm happy and this is cool. But once you've experienced the highest high and the lowest low, you have so much more emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And you're able to communicate and understand, get your point across clearer. You understand yourself better. And I think one of the most important things in life is human connection and connecting with humans. And to have experienced such a broad range of emotions allows you to connect with so many more individuals, which I think is such an amazing skill to have.
Yeah. But I agree that, like, when you're experiencing things at such an intense level, like, I was actually reflecting on this about, like, traveling the other day, because I was thinking about post-grad and, like, what kind of, like, lifestyle do I want to be pursuing after post-grad, and part of me is, like, it'd be really cool to do a little bit of a nomad lifestyle and be traveling and, like, going and having these, like, insane experiences. But the thing is, you can't live a life at that high level all the time. Like, you're going to need to come down at some point. And I feel like when you're traveling and kind of in that, like, time of your life, it's almost like the highs are super high and the lows can be really low, I guess. I don't know how to, like, fully, like, articulate this, but I just think it's like there's been times in my life where things are like up here and then down here and up here and down here, and it's like so intense. And I look back on that time and I'm like, wow, that was one of the most beautiful times of my life. But then, like, I also think about how I actually felt in the moment, and it was, like, exhausting in a certain degree. And I also think about times in my life that have just been more mellow and, like, calmed down and not as, like, up and down and up and down. And, like, finding balance, I think, is really good. But then when you look back on it, it's not, like, the most insane, amazing time of your life because there was more balance. So I don't know, it's, like, finding the balance within that as well, of, like, and, like, kind of, I don't know, I feel like that kind of mirrors your point of, like, how do I live in a way that is, like, allowing myself to, like, feel all of this, but also not to such an extreme point where, like, it's exhausting for me to go back up and down like that, and that, like, at some point I can kind of find balance within myself and, like, mellow things out. It's hard to describe. Did that make sense?
That makes complete sense. There's levels to it.
No, I know.
I mean, like, traveling, experiencing all those things, and even if you're not traveling, if you're in one place and, like, all of a sudden you're, like, in love and all of a sudden your heart is broken. Like,
and then your heart, that's a good way of putting it too.
Cool,
it's like
right?
love and heartbreak, and then, or just, like, being on your own and doing your own thing. It's like you need all of it. You need to experience all of it.
It's so nice to experience both of those emotions, but I think also a way to balance it wouldn't even be to not experience the emotions. It would be to just understand that emotions just pass right through us. One of my friends, Adam, is a really good yoga teacher, and in his class, he would always say, your thoughts are the weather, and you're the sky.
Ooh, I like that.
So if you think about that, like, your emotions can also be the weather, and you yourself, like, just who you are, nothing added, you're the sky. So things are just always going to be passing through you. So it's okay to, like, let things go through, but to know that these things aren't permanent and that they're things that we've experienced. And if we like it, we know that because we've experienced it, we could experience it again. You know, and if we don't like it, we're aware of that. And we can choose not to put ourselves in those positions.
I think reminding yourself too that you aren't your emotions, or, like, you aren't even just, like, a moment of time in your life. Like, you are, like, an ever-changing human being. So how you have this, like, deep emotion, like, you aren't that emotion. And that when you said that, it reminded me of, like, artists. Like, some of, like, the greatest artists in the world were, like, the most sad people, but they, like, created the most beautiful things. Or, like, the most like genius people were like the most isolated, or like the most successful people were like, had like the darkest, like, I don't know, undersides to like their life. And it's just like interesting to like, I think overall living life in extremes like that, it's more memorable, but it's probably not as good for your mental health. Like everyone remembers, like the famous artists that like made these amazing paintings, but then you like hear about their life and you're like, damn, like their life actually sounded really sad. But we never hear about regular old Jim who just like had a pretty chill life, didn't do anything extraordinary, but like he just like lived in hopefully a peaceful and balanced life. I don't know Jim like that because we never heard about him, but I'm just thinking about him.
I feel like, honestly, that's something that I think I've been trying to figure out also. I think that we're actually so young.
Yeah, we're completely...
We're so young. I forget babies. That we're children.
We're children. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still, like, learning. We still have so much to learn.
I think that balance comes with time. And I think it just comes with experiencing. Like, I will die on the hill that you are meant to experience literally everything. Like, every single emotion. The worst heartbreak. Like, the greatest love. Like, grief, sadness, sorrow, like ecstasy, joy, like everything. I don't know. I just don't I don't think that there's why else would we be alive if we're not meant to experience everything. We
are meant to feel everything.
Yeah, but the idea of balance, I think, also just comes with time and having experienced things and understanding like your threshold. For what you can and cannot tolerate, because at the end of the day we're still people, and I still think we were born with like our baseline personalities and our baseline thresholds, and it's still important that we honor that and value that, because as much as sometimes we want to be people different than who we are, sometimes it just doesn't feel good. Like, it's always okay to return back to how you started.
What do you think is one thing that is in your personality that you think will never change? Like how you're saying you just have like a threshold. Like, what is something that, like, it's just never going to change that is just Kavya to her core?
There's something about the way I speak. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I think I just have a certain personality with certain people. Maybe it's that, like, maybe I'm a little bit more dominant, or I just exist. I just think there's a certain way that I exist in the world, and I just can't change that. Like, it's just my personality, and I think you also, it's just personality. Like, that's it. That's something that the threshold... It's never going to change.
How do you think personality is created, though? Like, I think about that a lot. Like, how is it created? Like,
SpongeBob.
Like, you got your personality from SpongeBob?
Yeah, I actually think I got my personality from SpongeBob. I wish I was lying, but I, like, will go back and watch episodes of SpongeBob, and I'm like,
that's me.
Oh, my God. Like,
that's me for real. I'm
here's
SpongeBob.
Why. It's because when I was a kid, like, probably, like, 6 years old, I would sit in front of my TV at 7 a.m. watching SpongeBob and eating my cereal, and then my mom would be like, okay, we have to go to school, and I'd be like, I bet. But in the back of my brain, there's still SpongeBob playing, like, all fucking day, and then I'd come home, and then I'd watch SpongeBob again. So I think a lot of my personality actually comes from SpongeBob. But also, like, influences like Friends, etc. But I do think that I also was just born this way.
Right. Like how much do you think is it, like, just you and you were born this way and that's just how you are, and how much of it do you think is influences, outside influences, like your family and your peers that you're surrounded by, or like media, or just like societal norms or standards, or like how much of it do we think is influence of outside factors and how much of it is just internal, deep within you, it's just not changing?
I think it's totally different from person to person. Because I was just going to say, like, for me, I feel like I was born 70% the way that I am, and 30% is, like, an influence of, like, things I've experienced in life. But then I'm also thinking that there are a lot of people who take a lot more influence from their outside lives. You know?
Some people are more influenced by others and others people's opinions, and, like, and some people just, like, know themselves from, like, a really young age, and they're like, that's who I am, and that's who I'm going to be. And they're less, like, swayed. So you're right, it is definitely, but it's so interesting. I wish we could get, like, a metric or, like, a scale of how much we are.
Honestly, Courtney probably knows.
We'll ask her.
We'll put the stats up here.
We're like, maybe we'll get back to you. You guys also let us know what you think about yourself. Like, do you think that you are more influenced by other people and your personality's been more influenced by your outside factors, that's like not a bad thing. Neither one is a bad thing. Or do you think more of it's just you to your core? Like that's just who you are. I'm asking the people. People, let us know in the comments below or wherever you want to DM me, whatever. I genuinely want to know.
Well, I feel like for you, a lot of you is just purely you. Like, I don't see, like, I obviously don't know the way in which you grew up, but to me, I couldn't see you a different way. Like, this is just who you are.
Yeah,
you know?
that actually, wait, I agree. Yeah, and then sometimes I look at my parents and I'm like, I wonder how influenced I've been by you guys, you know, because in some ways I feel like I'm 100% their kid. It's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
It's so obvious I'm their kid.
But you're so different than them also.
But I'm also really different, I feel like, than the rest of my family in a lot of different ways. So, and I think because I'm so close to them and like our similarities are just so natural to me, I think the ways that I'm different than my family probably stick out more to me because I'm more like aware of that versus from an outside perspective. If someone were to see us, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's the crew. Like you guys are a family. That makes sense. You all have a similar vibe or a similar way of looking at the world or whatever. Yeah. But or like a similar demeanor. I don't know. It's interesting. And like how much do we think it is family too? Because that is an outside factor that definitely like shapes so much of our like developmental time when we're young.
I was thinking about how some people are able to be like, I'm going to dedicate 4 years of my life to be in this one place and do this one thing. But my brain just doesn't work that way. Like, okay, I want to move to an island. Like, I want to move to an island. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
And I was like, dang, like maybe I can live there for like a year or two. But then if I'm going to live on an island, why wouldn't I hop to another island? Like, why wouldn't I like go travel around and spend a month in each place? So I just think it's so interesting. Like, this is generally something I think about all the time. How there are some people who love the idea of like sitting in their office like from 9 to 5 or like can do like an 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And like that's just the rest of their life, like up until
some people like that stability.
Like, some people's brains are just wired to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like mine isn't.
Mine is not, yeah.
Like it's just not.
But I could be willing to try it out. Like I don't want to knock anything until I try it.
Yeah.
But I do think I agree some people it just like works for them. It works for their brain.
Yeah. I was just thinking about how much respect I have for people who are able to like just decide that they're going to do this for X amount of time.
Yeah.
Because the idea of time
you do have the ability to do that though. Like you've been in college for 4 years.
Yeah, I do have the ability to do that. It's just like me as one person knowing that I have my own free will and I can do whatever. That's
so powerful.
Yeah, free will is crazy.
I love free will. Wait, let's talk about like some good uses of our free will recently.
Ooh.
Like what have we done recently that was just a really good use of free will? We were also talking about some good finesses that we had last night. We were sitting on Kavya's like little balcony of her apartment. It's not really a balcony, it's more of a roof. It's more of we like popped out a window and then
and but it feels like a balcony. Little like balconette. That might not be the word, but I'm gonna use it.
Balconette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no railing.
No, yeah. There's no railing.
So, but it's lit.
So proceed with caution. But we were sitting there and we were talking about like some of our good finesses. But I also feel like finessing and free will go kind of hand in hand, in my opinion. Whenever I like finesse something, I'm like, that was because I was using my free will.
Honestly, I don't know where I've used my free will recently. That's been a really good use of free will. I use free will every day. Like
so true.
Every single day.
Well, yeah, we use our free will all the time.
Yeah.
Technically.
But what is the best use? I honestly don't know, dude.
I think, like, honestly, interacting with strangers is one of the best uses of free will. I really think it is. Because sometimes I'm just in a state where I just really want to talk to a stranger. And we get into a conversation and it's a beautiful moment. Like, I was on the train going to LA a couple weeks ago. And I met this girl on the train because we were just getting in line together. And I think she asked me, like, is this the right train? And I was like, oh, yeah. And we, like, compared our tickets. And we're like, oh, cool. We're both on the train. And I could have just stopped talking to her right then. I could have been like, okay, now I'm getting on the train and, like, going to put my AirPods in and listen to music on this train ride. But I just, like, turned to her and I was like, oh, like I'm Zoe. Nice to meet you. Like, what's your name? And we ended up talking. And then I was like, oh, like, do you want to sit together on the train? She was like, I would love that. And we sat together on the train and we talked the entire train ride. And we exchanged life stories. And it was such like a beautiful, like, just passing moment of like, because like she isn't from California. She was here visiting her grandma. And like, I learned so much about her life. And she was so awesome. And like, I could have so easily just not met her and not gotten to hear about her life. And like, I might never see her again. But like, I'm so happy that I used my free will in that moment to just speak with her and like have a present moment with her. And like, it was so nice, and it made my journey getting to LA so much more enjoyable.
She told me the story. It was a really good story.
And then also I was thinking about how I went to LA. It was for my friend's birthday. Then I like went to the park the next morning. We had the debrief. I love a debrief. I've been really into the debriefs recently, like after a night out. It's just like a needed thing.
I love debrief.
We need it. And then I hopped back on a bus. But this bus took me like I had to take like 4 different buses to get back to LA, and I used my free will to come back for a YG concert that all of our friends were going to.
Oh yeah,
and
that was so lit. She actually hauled ass to get there. Right in
time. Made it right in time. And I was like,
great.
damn, I went to LA for a friend's birthday in like under 24 hours, essentially. I feel like that's a pretty good use of free will.
That's a great use of free will.
And exhausted afterwards, so.
I think that we don't use our free will for our own benefit enough. Because I'm trying to think. I feel like most of the time I use my free will to be like, guys, I'm staying home. I need to go to sleep. Like, that's my use of free will. Like, oh, everybody's going out. I get the ability to stay home.
Stay home, yeah.
But I was thinking about this yesterday. Yesterday I had a really, really good run. Like, it was just a fire, incredible run. And during my run, I was just like, damn. Like, the only thing that ever holds anybody back is themselves.
And their own mind.
And their own mind.
And
like,
their own mindset.
Regardless of where you are in life, financially, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I know that it's hard to think of where you could be outside of the situation that you're currently in.
Yeah.
But the only thing limiting you is yourself. Like, there truly are a million possibilities of things that you could do.
Such a good reminder.
It doesn't have to be like, even if you're like broke, like you have $2 in your bank account, like you can go on a walk, like you can go touch grass. Like, there are still things that you can do. You're not confined to this one little place. Like, if you aren't happy with yourself and like where you are in your life right now, like, the only thing keeping you back is yourself. Like, you can make small, little, actionable steps towards getting to where you want to be or who you want to be. Like, I just don't think any of us take free will to its fullest extent.
I feel like I've been thinking about this a lot, especially with graduation coming up. I feel like we've been thinking about so many things with graduation coming up, and like I feel like I've also just been like running around, and like so many things have been going on constantly. And then like when I get a moment with myself to just think, I was thinking about this exact thing. I was like, the only person that is holding you back is yourself. Like, genuinely, if you just fully believe in yourself and trust in yourself, like, everything is going to be okay. And like, you will reach where you want to reach if you continue trusting yourself, continue to be like, I have what it takes to accomplish whatever the task at hand is or whatever the goal is that you have. Like, if you genuinely believe that you can get to that goal and you are willing to put in the work that you're willing to do to get there, like, you are going to succeed, in my opinion. And I keep trying to remind myself that because it's so scary having so much unknown in my life. And then just reminding myself, like, if I just continue to trust myself and remember that I'm on my, like, we're a team. Me, myself, and I. We're a team, and we're working towards the same goal. And we just, all we need to do is not accidentally hold ourselves back, like, mentally, or, like, have a mindset where we feel like, you know, maybe we won't succeed. Like, I genuinely have to keep reminding myself that. It's hard to remember sometimes, though.
It really, really is.
It's hard to remember sometimes.
Life throws so many things in your way to make you believe that you can't do what it is you want yourself to do. But I think a lot of the reasons that we face these obstacles and there are circumstances outside of ourselves that prevent us from doing certain things are honestly just to remind us that those moments where we do show up for ourselves and do get somewhere that we want to be feel so much more special because we created that moment.
Yeah.
You know, like, so many things can get in your way.
Yeah.
Like, things that you don't want. Like, just negative things, negative people. But
and just like outside factors. Like, you never know what curveballs coming your way, but
Yeah.
like I think that's to the point of like just trusting yourself that you will be able to like weather the storm, whatever it is, and you'll be able to like regroup, like as long as you keep your mind right.
Yeah, because I mean, if everything's easy all the time and you do A, B, C, and you're immediately where you want to be, then where's the gratification?
Yeah, where's the fun in that,
Like,
honestly?
what's the fun in that?
Where's the journey
Yeah.
in that? And yeah, I think just also really important. I'm just thinking about how important it is. Like, you can't control your external world, like everything that's going on outside of you, you can't control that. But the one thing you can always control is your internal world, and reminding to keep yourself in like, keep your mind a happy space for you to be in, or like, it doesn't always have to be a happy space, but a comfortable space for you, a space where you're safe and can be peaceful and find peace within it, and like be a friend to yourself. Like, it's so crazy how so many people struggle with this, and we have to constantly remind ourselves of this. Like, I struggle with this all the time, and then I have to like ground myself and be like, wait, like, keep your mind a happy space, like keep your mind a peaceful place, and like a comforting space, and just like a place where you can, you know, enjoy life best you can.
I have a little, it's not like a debate,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's really hard to keep your mind
Yeah.
a happy place.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to feel like you're at a safe place within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever feel like your mind is not a happy place or you're not in a safe space within yourself, reach out to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
True.
again, human connection is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And most people have been down this road where they don't feel safe in their own heads.
Yeah.
But when that happens, like if you have a friend, like anybody who's willing to listen,
Yeah.
like talk to them. Because it's also so hard to be in that place and be like, somebody's going to want to listen to me. Like, I don't want to put this burden on anybody, but trust me, put the burden on them, because to your friends, it's not ever going to be a burden.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not your friends, if it's someone in your family,
Yeah.
or take any resources you have and like use them. Like, for example, our school here, like there's
therapy,
free
yeah.
counselors, there's free therapy,
Yeah.
and they're dope. I personally believe that everyone should seek some form of like therapy or a third party source to talk to, because even if you're super happy,
Yeah.
it's just nice to have. Like, it just,
Yeah. And humans are just naturally social beings. Like, we need social interaction. We want to feel loved. We want to feel seen. Like, that is just like such a human feeling. And it is harder than it. I feel like a lot of people, it is hard for them to reach out and ask for help. Harder than, I think we could like make it easier on all of us if we create more of a society where it's like reaching out for help is like just so normal. And I think we're getting there as a society 100%. Like, I do think like just even the conversation about mental health, you know, becoming a way, like people talk about mental health so much more than they did in like our parents' generation. So we're definitely like on the right track in that realm. But I think your point of just like talking to someone is sometimes just the best thing you can do if your mind is in a safe space for you in that time. Because I saw this thing, it's like psychologically our brain only needs like 8 minutes talking to another person, and you'll feel safer, you'll feel happier. Like, just someone that you trust, someone that you love, someone that you can confide in. Like, if you just text your friend, and I have this with some of my friends now, where it's like you can just text them and be like, I just need 8 minutes, and then just talk to them for 8 minutes. It doesn't take that much time, but like anytime I'm in a bad mental space and then I talk to someone that I love, I always feel better after. Like, I've never felt worse after. And it's just, you just have to keep reminding yourself that there's so many people out there that love you and like want to be there for you, and that and think about how you show up for them as well. Like, to your point of like, you don't want to be a burden on people. It's like, think about how many times you've shown up for your friends and they will do the same thing for you. Like, that's just human connection and love, and like what we're supposed to do for each other, to like help each other through stuff. So,
and also being able to open up to even literally a stranger.
Sometimes it's easier to open up to a stranger.
And it opens up the possibility for deeper connection. Like, even with your friends, if you're not super close to your friends, like, talk to them for 8 minutes about something going on in your life, and I promise you, at the end of that conversation, you guys are going to be 1% closer.
I've also been reflecting on this because I've always been a really naturally open book. Like, that's just how I exist. Like, it's harder for me to keep things in than to let things out. But some people are the opposite, where it's harder for them to let things out. Like, it's so much easier to keep things in. And I don't know, because I'm not, like, I am not that way naturally, so I don't want to speak for everyone, because like maybe it works differently for you, but I personally think that like the best way to connect with people and the best way to understand yourself better, understand others better, and like, you know, feel loved and seen and all these things that we're talking about, is to genuinely just be open with people, be honest with them, like give parts of yourself to other people, be vulnerable with them, like be an open book, like don't be afraid to like share things and just like put yourself out there in some way, because I feel like that is, one, how you grow connection, but two, how you just will, one, understand yourself better, but also like be in a better headspace. Like I don't know, I think that's always the solution, to talk to somebody genuinely. But I don't know, some people just hold things in. I don't know if it's because they feel like they don't have the space to like let things out. Like I don't know what that, like I don't know what that. Oh
wait, so I'm a holder in.
Yeah, she's a holder inner.
Obviously, like I share with my friends like little things, like, oh my god, I think I accidentally said the wrong thing, and that. But things that actually are going on within me and within my brain, like I withhold it. But as a withholder of my own feelings and information, and not wanting or having the desire to share, I will say it takes someone being like, I feel like you're not telling me things. For me to be like, yeah, you're right, I'm not telling you things. But once I'm able to cross that threshold of, okay, you know what, like for me to honor you in this friendship, I'm going to open up. It changes so much. Like for people that don't feel comfortable sharing their emotions, I will say there's something so special about being able to just say something, like 10% of what's going through your head with a friend, because they're going to appreciate so much that you could open up to them. Like I've begun I've started to open up a lot more to my friends and just tell them how I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis. And I've seen my relationships change, grow, and become better as a result of just being open, honest, and communicating. Like I'm an amazing communicator, but not when it comes to my own feelings and what's going on inside my head. But like, hopefully the people in your life are there to receive the things that you bring to the table. But yeah, if you are closed off, my advice is just try to open up and say something to someone, because it makes both parties feel better. And it just helps remind you that you're never alone. Like there's always someone. And if there's no one in your life, there's a stranger on the street who I promise you will listen.
Or literally hit us up.
Yeah, bro, there's like 8 billion people in this world. I'm here to listen. She's here to listen.
Like,
we got you.
Hit us up. I'll listen. For real, I will. Like, I'm so dead ass, I will. I like also genuinely enjoy. I love when people open up to me.
Like, use your free will and go up to a random person sitting in a park and be like, yo, can I yap for 8 minutes?
That would be so fun.
That would be sick.
We should do that today.
Should we? I'm actually really
We should go yap with some people in the park. And that sounds amazing. I want to go do that. Yeah, I feel like I agree with you that like when someone does open up to me, that makes me feel great. That makes me feel closer to them. That makes me feel loved by them, honestly. Makes me feel good that I gave them a safe space to share that. And like I think one of the biggest compliments someone can give you is just like someone being like, I feel comfortable around you. And that's my favorite thing when I'm talking to someone and they're like, I'm just gonna share this with you because I feel comfortable with you. I'm like, thanks. That made me feel really good too. Like, and I'm happy that you feel that way and I feel that way about you as well. Like, it's such like a warm and fuzzy feeling, even if it's hard stuff that you're talking about. Just like the comfort of knowing that someone is comfortable enough to like be real with you about something is, I don't know, genuinely one of the deepest forms of love, I think. And I'm really in a stage of my life right now where I'm really trying to be so honest with myself about how I feel about certain things, and then be honest with others about it as well, if it involves them or if, you know, like just depending on the situation. But something about it is like the most freeing. It's like the most freeing I've ever felt, being honest with myself and being honest with others and being open about it. There's something so genuinely freeing about that. And I hope for everyone that they get to experience that level of like releasing their inner world out into the external world, because I don't know, it's just like a cleanse. You're like, I'm getting this out, like getting whatever these thoughts I have in my brain out of my brain and into the world, and now they're existing out in the world, and like I'm more peaceful up here because they exist out in the world somewhere as well. And then I was seen and I was understood, or I just got to, express myself, just feels so good. And I feel like podcasting is also such a form of like therapy in that way. It's like we're just like expressing ourselves in this way and like releasing it into the world, and like hopefully it resonates with people, and like that is also such a good feeling. I don't know, I just thought of that as I was talking about it, because I was like, that's really what we're doing right now, like sitting here on this couch, like releasing our inner thoughts to you guys, and it's like a vulnerability that we're bringing, and I don't know, it's just really fun. Like I honestly really like being vulnerable with people. Like for me that's fun.
It is so fun.
Like for me
it's
that
so
is fun. I consider that fun.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah,
can't
it's a
imagine
good
not. Oh my
time.
god, what would you do if you were never vulnerable with anybody?
That's sad.
You just like curl up into a little ball and like condense yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like being vulnerable like expands your world genuinely. And when you hold things in, it just makes everything feel more intense, and like I feel like it makes you feel more isolated, and just like, I don't know, I'm having a visual of like holding things in like this and then like releasing it, and it's like, whoa!
There's like literally nowhere to go. Like what's that one little machine thing where there's like a ball and it's just ringing around the little like that's what I feel like things are. When you hold things inside, they just like, there's no room or air for things to breathe at a certain point. So you can't even cleanse yourself. Like maybe it's just a couple things that you're holding in, like you can work through it yourself. But at a certain point, when you've picked up so much and your whole system gets so full, if there's nothing, if there's no room in your body for you to be able to help yourself, it needs to physically like be spoken into the world and just let go in some way, shape, or form.
So there's one thing.
No,
I was gonna say there's one thing you guys should take away from this episode, is that release that shit out into the world, and that like people want to hear you, and there's a space for you to be vulnerable and open up, and like I hope that that's what you guys get out of today and other things. Do you have a final thought on that? Like you were cooking.
My final thought is, give me 4 years. I am going to figure out how to just be happy. Or not even be happy. Like my genuine goal and objective in this life is to figure out what physical and mental things you can do to exist in a consistent state of knowing how to be peaceful. Like you don't have to be peaceful all the time, but yeah, in 4 years, search me up. Hopefully I know how to be at peace.
4 years, she will have been studying medicine for about
4 years.
4 years, yeah, and she will also be very peaceful. And so if you need any help, hit up Kavya. Do you have any other things that you want to discuss before we... I like where this went. Like, this was fun.
I do really like where this went.
Yeah, it's kind of beautiful.
Honestly, only closing thought is, regardless of whether or not you think you need to talk to someone or you need help, just do it. Like, find a way to get help. Find a way to speak to someone. There are so many free resources out there. Because you came into this life alone. You're going to leave this life alone. The only thing that matters is yourself. Like, obviously everyone around you, your friends, whatever, like love everybody, but love yourself. Like find a way to treat yourself, because you matter the most. You walk through this world with your body, like your mind. No one else is going to be able to fix that for you, like help you with that. That's something that you can do yourself. So while you're still here and you still have time, find the tools to be able to help yourself when you need it. Yeah.
I love that. That is such a classic Kavya saying too. Like, remember that you do deserve love every single day. Even if it's a hard day, those are the days that you deserve the most love. And so just remember that you got to show up for yourself in that way. And yeah, like, and even honestly, even talking to yourself works. Bring back talking to yourself in 2026. Like, that is such a vibe. I love talking to myself.
Yeah, it's Dope. There was some
Just
article
checking
written
in.
about something about people talking to themselves. I don't know what it was about. Next podcast, I'll bring it back.
All right,
Let you know.
we'll bring it back. Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to have Kavya back on the pod and just like yap and chat about all the things. We always get so deep whenever we talk.
Because it like never starts off this way. The first half of the podcast is always just us yapping.
Yeah.
The second half is like so
So existential conversation ensuing. Like we just can't help ourselves.
Yeah.
But that's also like fun to just pick our brains and like kind of explore your own brain. And then I love exploring my own brain, and I love exploring my own brain with someone else's. They're also exploring their own brain, and you're kind of just like experiencing together, and you're like, yo, whoa. Did you just get there too, bro? Yeah, me too. Yeah, bro, I'm over here. Yeah, whoa, me too. Whoa, it's crazy. Like that's how it feels when I talk to you. It's like we're both
so
on like
funny.
exploring our own minds, but like they're connected, and we're like, oh hey.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
Like they just
That's also the best feeling. Oh my god, when you brain click with someone and you're like, oh damn, our brains are locked in right now. Like our brains are on the same journey, but they're like also having their own journey.
brains are on their own waves.
They're on
feels
the
just like-
same vibe.
It just feels like we exist in like our own different like dimensions, but we're all in the same plane, you know?
Yeah. Aw. Guys, thanks so much for like hanging out with us. We had so much fun. Like
thanks for listening to us. Yeah.
we had so much fun yapping and getting existential on you guys, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and like feel loved and heard and seen after this. And we are serious about it. If you ever need to hit us up.
Yeah.
If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm so serious about that.
DM us.
Like you got my
leave
information.
a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment for real.
Yeah.
And I want to create a community within this podcast as well, where we can show up for each other. Like I think that would be the most beautiful thing. To have like a small little community of people that like view the world in similar ways and like want similar like things out of life and just want to like support each other in doing that and just like be there for each other through that. So that is the goal. And hopefully we'll do that through some storytelling and such. But yeah, thanks for listening to this episode of Hostels in Hawaii. I'm Zoe Cashin.
And I'm Kavya.
And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Aww.